Welcome to day 23 of the Justice Code Challenge. And the question I have for you today is, when is your learning complete? When do you finally get to graduate? When do you no longer have to worry about cracking open books, taking tests, exams, final exam week? When does that time ever come for you? It's interesting because when we set out in our life's journey from elementary school to middle school, from middle school to high school, for those of us who have gone on to higher learning beyond high school, whether it's trade school or vocation or some type of college or university or certification, we're always wondering, okay, when does the program end? When can I be done with this and I could go and be busy about earning a living, right? And it's tempting because learning is a discipline, learning is exercise, learning is work. And in our nature and our creative being, we look forward to being able to chill. We want to rest. And this is the reminder of justice. Justice doesn't get to take a day off. Justice doesn't get to rest. And this is why it's so important for agents of justice to be reminded of Proverbs 16:23 that the heart of the wise teaches his mouth and adds learning to his lips. So remember how we talked about your authority, right? We talked about you having power of attorney to speak on behalf of the King of all kings, the highest court of all creation, the judge whose every all of his judgments are pure and right, the righteous judge that is the most high. Then your learning is lifelong. You never stop learning the right way to speak and training yourself how to use your words the right way. I remember being a young attorney when I realized I didn't understand, I wasn't told or warned that many people who would call to get my advice wanted to plan to or actually would take the advice that I gave over the phone and go and use my advice as though they were stating a statute. They would repeat my advice as though it had the force of law. When I realized that this was a tendency of people, and you may have done it, or you may have heard someone say, my lawyer said, this is the exact reason why exercising your kingdom authority in judgment and justice is so important to practice your words and speaking correctly, because people hang on your words. They will repeat your words, and your words are often treated with a higher authority than you can ever truly appreciate when you are a child of the king. So, as a young attorney, I had to recognize that people had a tendency of taking things that they heard with whatever filter they had because they wanted to hear what they wanted to hear. Oh, I wasn't playing that anymore. I got into the practice of immediately sending an email that summarized the advice that was given, because what nobody was ever going to do once I realized that people were using my advice this way, what you were never going to do, you were never going to go back and mix or pervert or twist my words. My advice was documented, right? And that practice became necessary because people hear what they want to hear and they do what they want to do, and they are looking for someone with authority to co-sign on their position. I mean, this is human nature. So for you as the royal priesthood, for you as someone who is appointed and assigned to do justice in the earth, to declare the law of right and wrong when determining and discerning what is good and what is evil, what is a lie, what is true, then you're always practicing how to use your words right, how to speak correctly, how to say what it is that the Father is saying in his context and not according to your own, the dictates of your own heart, of your own pride, or of your own hidden agenda. We must practice this every single day because of the responsibility that is placed on our office as representatives of the King. I pray this blesses and encourages you. And I pray that you begin looking at the way that you speak with a different set of lenses and recognize the same way that people are listening to my legal advice and using it as the force of law is the same way that they're judging the Most High based on the things that you say. Keep that in mind and don't get weary in well doing, for in due season you will reap if you faint not. Be blessed and encouraged.